Hello, my lovelies. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world, as I am posting this. It's gonna be labeled November 1st because I'm posting it in time for November 1st where I am in the world, but depending on where you are, November 1st may have already come and gone. So we're setting the intention here for the next 24 hours from whenever you see it. If you see it at a future date, if you see it a few months from now, happy birthday to all the November 1st babies out there. Happy birthday to you. If it happens to be your birthday on whatever random day you fall upon this. And happy Day of the Dead. For those of you who are taking the day to remember our dear loved ones who have passed on, who live on in our memories, in our hearts and spirit, we're going to connect and we're going to see what messages are coming up here for the collective. And so we have a very clear card here. Ooh, we have the Fool. Lots of major arcana cards coming up lately. You guys notice that? We're getting a lot of major arcana cards. Not surprising. We're in eclipse season. So these are big energies, big shifts. Major arcana cards come up when we're coming into a new chapter. It's a significant chapter in our life. It's a defining moment. So even though I'm setting the intention for a 24-hour period of time, whatever is happening in the next 24 hours is setting a series of events in motion for you that most likely are going to have to do with taking a leap of faith. Okay? Fool card is a card that comes up when we're being guided and led to take a leap of faith into a direction that might not make sense to a lot of people. And they might be like, what in the world are you doing right now? And you're like, I can't help it. I can't explain it, but I just feel like this is what I need to do. So you may be feeling pulled in a certain direction. It may not even make sense to you right now, but you're feeling led and guided to take this leap of faith and to go on this new adventure, this new experience, this new journey. Change course from what you were previously doing. I feel for some of you, this feels very opposite. Like it feels very 180. Like you're like it's in stark contrast of the direction you've been going in. And so there could be something here that people are like, well, that doesn't make sense, or that's so opposite, or how is that going to work? But again, you're feeling pulled or called to do this. Now, the Fool card tells us, right, that we are being guided to take this leap of faith. We are being encouraged to take this leap of faith. However, Fool card reminds us that we need to look before we leap, right? He's going on this journey, but he at least has his little satchel. He has his little umbrella, something to shelter him, something to cover him, maybe kind of soften this jump here that he's about to take. So be as prepared as you can. Resources might be limited, but be as prepared as you can. Plan as much as you can. Look before you leap. Look before you jump so you're not throwing yourself onto your head, so to speak, figuratively here. And so that you have as much control as you can over the landing. So I'll give an example. Um, and I gave an example here about like when I transitioned into tarot and the weekly forecast for Leo, and somebody got really offended and took it as like I was saying that your life purpose has to be what you're doing for work and that everybody should quit their 9 to 5 and that I look down on people who work a 9 to 5. And you guys know that's not at all what I say. And I have said sometimes our life purpose has absolutely positively nothing to do with how we're making money. Sometimes how we make money funds our life purpose. Um, so it has nothing to do with like me looking down on people or telling people that your life purpose is your income. So I don't know how me talking about transitioning in tarot was understood in this way, but just in case anybody else has that misinterpretation, I just want to clarify here, not at all what I'm saying when I talk about transitioning into tarot. I'm talking about it because I'm giving an example of steps. I'm not saying that you have to quit your job and go on to do something else. I'm giving an example of looking before you leap and setting yourself up in this gamble, right? I felt very guided to do tarot, right? Like, this is what I'm being guided to do. It's growing. I'm being pulled in this direction. This is what I feel called to do. Then I felt guided to quit my job and to focus on getting a YouTube channel going in the very beginning. And so I had other things in place. I quit my job, but I was door dashing. I was delivering deliveries. I still had to pay rent. I still had to have bills. I was working for the psychic hotlines at night in the evenings. I was doing the psychic hotlines and doing readings on the, you know, late night, commercials that you see. I was taking those calls. I had other things in place. So even though I quit my job, it wasn't like I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to put all my eggs in this basket to hurry up and make me money and hustle and grind and hope that the money comes in so I can keep paying my bills, so I can keep surviving, right? I had things in place to get me through that transition. So I'm giving you an example of looking before you leap. Did I leap? Yes. Did I take a gamble? Yes, absolutely, a big gamble. But there were things put into place to soften the landing. There were things put into place to help me make the transition. So think about your situation. What is it that you're feeling led or called to do? What is it that you're feeling? I'm going to take a leap of faith in this direction. What are things that you can do to make this transition as easy as possible for you, where it's not stressing you out, where it's not becoming a massive inconvenience, where it's not robbing you of your joy or putting you in a unsafe situation financially, physically, emotionally, mentally? What are things that you can put into place to make this leap of faith as comfortable and as safe and as smooth as possible for you? Those little safety nets. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying look before you leap, right? Put these things into place so that you can have as smooth of a transition as possible. Nothing in our life changes if we don't take risks, but we need to be educated with the risks that we're taking. We need to be educated with the gambles that we're taking, and we need to have some kind of a plan. We need to have some kind of a thing that, okay, like, this is how I'm taking the steps. And if you're not sure what that's going to look like for you, pray, ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for it to be shown to you, meditate, okay? And the solutions will come, the ideals will come. I never ever thought about doing DoorDash, and all of a sudden it popped in my head, hey, here's something you can do while you're making the transition, right? Just in case it's a slow night on the psychic hotline. You never know. Some nights you can be getting calls like crazy, back to back, back to back, back to back. Some nights, tumbleweeds and crickets. And if the phones aren't ringing, you're not getting paid. If you're not getting paid, you're not paying bills. So it's like you have to figure out what you can put into place with what you have available. Somebody might say, well, Amethyst, I don't have a car, I can't do DoorDash. I'm not telling you DoorDash is the solution. I'm not saying DoorDash is the only thing you can do. There's something else you can do with what you have available. So it's going to be different for different ones of you, but you're being called to take this leap of faith, to go in this new direction, even though it might not make sense to other people. uh Anything else I want to say here about this card? Intuitively, I do feel there's something here that this leap of faith is ultimately putting you like in a new circle, like a new circle of friends, a new circle of acquaintances. I Wow. All right. I just got a sudden, like, little quick uh flash, like a quick little image of and again, I'm dating myself here. Some of you younger people are like, what is that? Some of you who are close to me in age, you might remember the Take On Me video for the song by Aha. I just got this quick little flash in my head of that video when the guy's running away and like the people are chasing them, and they're like running and they're like jumping through the wall into from the cartoon world into like the real world, and then they're getting away from the cartoon drawing comic book bad guys because now they're in the real world. You'll have to watch the video for reference if you haven't seen it. I will link it in the description. It's a great video. It's really fun. It's a great song. But I feel here there could be something where, like, this leap of faith is also something that you feel is getting you to safety or getting you to a fresh start. Now, when I say safety, I'm not saying it like in a scary, super dangerous way. I don't mean that there's literally evil race car drivers chasing you and you're running away for your life. I don't mean it in that way. Maybe for some of you, you may be in an unsafe, toxic relationship where you're taking a leap out of that, where there is a matter of like physical safety. And so you may be doing something very quickly. Um, but it's not necessarily, when I say getting to safety, it's not necessarily like imminent physical danger, but it could just be that you feel like pressures are building. Maybe you feel like there's just less harmony in a certain environment, or less harmony in your current circle of people or friends. You may feel like they're not receptive to the changes and the shifts that you're going through. There may be resentments building. And so I feel for some of you, there's this leap of faith from like one group or one circle, and it's taking you like to a new group, to a new circle, and it's feeling safe, it's feeling peaceful, it's feeling calm. So I feel maybe we can say safety, we can say drama, right? Like you're getting away from drama, you're getting away from just anything that's robbing you of your peace or making you feel unsafe emotionally, mentally, physically. So I feel here it's like you're going from one world to another world. I also just heard sell out. So some of you maybe are being accused of being a sellout in some way. In the words of Morsi, we hate it when our friends become successful. So there could be something here where you're doing things to better yourself, to improve yourself. You're having faith and trusting in yourself, and you're taking a leap of faith in this new direction because you have this optimism and you have this feeling that, hey, things could really work out for me. Things could really pick up. This could really go somewhere. I could really make something of this situation. And there could be people who are resentful of that. There could be people who feel like, well, look at you, la di da. Okay, oh, yeah, I guess you're forgetting all the small people. I guess you're forgetting where you came from. There could be that element here for some of you, right? But this leap of faith is regardless, you're feeling called or guided to do this. And I know when I took my leap of faith, I lost a lot of friends. And it might sound messed up to say this, but the people I lost, I don't miss because it had gotten so toxic. It had become such like a frenemy thing, and I don't like that. Like I'm not gonna be like that with other people. I don't like it when people are that way with me. I don't like that environment. And on that journey, taking that leap of faith, I sure did make some new friends. I sure did meet a lot of new people I never would have met if I didn't take that leap of faith. So a lot of you are about to have this transition, okay? It's like you're going from one world into another world. Um, some of you might even say, oh, it's the 5D. I'm stepping into 5D. However you want to word it, however you want to express this transformation or this transition, it's a leap that's taking you from one way of life to another, into like a better way of life. The only caution here is look before you leap. Put your safety nets in place. Have a plan on how you're going to make the transition as easy as possible for yourself. You know, don't just say, oh, I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to manifest it. Yeah, you can manifest it, but sometimes things take time to manifest. What happens if you don't manifest it in time to like have a place to stay or to have a way to buy groceries or pay rent or, pay expenses? Maybe you're gonna find a place to stay, right? So, oh, I'm at the stay, I can't pay rent, I don't have any money, I don't have a job. Maybe there's a friend, maybe there's somebody that, or a relative, or somebody who's like, yeah, you can come stay with me, totally cool, right? Don't limit yourself and say, well, I can't do it because I don't have this, right? I don't have that. There are a lot of different ways that things can happen. And so just be open to that. And again, pray, meditate, help me to see the solutions, and pay attention to like those ideas that pop up. Like, oh, what about so and so? So and so was saying that they have openings at their job from time to time. Let me call them and see if there's any openings right now. Maybe they can get me in for an interview and I can get out of this terrible job and I can go there until I figure out what I want to do. Or, oh, I kind of need a change of pace, or I want to start over, or I just need a break from working. I need to take care of my mental and emotional health. Oh, so and so was saying I could stay with them. Let me reach out with them and see if it's still cool if I visit or stay with them for a while. Pay attention to those things that pop up in your head. Because I feel here like a lot of you are gonna manifest this change in like what feels like a very miraculous way, where before you thought, I'm totally stuck in this situation, there's no way out of it, I'm gonna be doing this forever until like I'm 100 years old, I'm gonna do this forever until the day I die. And it's not gonna be like that. There's solutions. They haven't maybe crossed your mind till now because you weren't ready, or your thinking was limited, but you're ready now. Your thinking is opening up and you're thinking in a more limitless way. So pay attention to those ideas. Pay attention to the people that might pop up in your head, or the solutions or the ideas that pop up in your head, and explore them. Make some phone calls, do the reconnaissance work, do the footwork, and you'll be surprised what falls into place. You might want to check out your weekly forecasts if you haven't already. There's a link in the description that'll take you to those. Love readings for November are linked in the description, and private readings with me you can schedule. Link in the description will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous, fabulous day ahead. And I hope you'll come back and check out tomorrow's readings as well. Take care and be well.